Hello, 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 and welcome. This is Joanna the Jewel Design, and we are back today. And today I'm working on sort of taking scraps and papers and turning them into journal cards and inner signature covers type of ordeal. I was going to do this as shorts and reels, and I was just gonna, just do them and stop and start and all this other jazz. I was like, well, what was the fun of that? The time it takes to do even a stop and start fun reel. Yeah, I don't know, right? It's still a lot of work. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, maybe I'll just jump on, say hi, you get to watch me put it together, chat a little, and get that first video of the week done. Why not, right? So I'm taking the scrap paper today, and I am, I saw the potential of, a basic journal card. It is on just basic 32-pound bright white paper, so it's not thick enough on its own to be a journal card. But I thought if we backed it with some coffee dyed paper, we could thicken it up just enough to where I thought we could pop it in a pocket and it wouldn't be completely bleh, right? It wouldn't be so light that we're like, oh, that's not gonna fly. But these were things that as we were finishing up the first section of the last altered book video, of all those lovely new tucks and curves and pockets, we got the first section of the 8-page part, down into a certain theme, and so these pieces are what's left over that go with it. And so I am just simply utilizing it. Now I'm thinking I'm going to use this as my top. We're going to put some glitter glue on this and glitter glue and glitter on it to enhance it. I want to cut this out and maybe even, or this one, I don't know which one to do. I'm trying to decide, do I cut like this out and glue it on? Doesn't mean we can't put that too behind it. I wanted to take parts of these scraps and sort of fussy cut items out of it to blend in and layer up on it to give, to keep this a good use. And then whatever's left over, this stuff can be turned into circles, die cuts, whatever, to give you other bits and pieces, which I have one of my favorite cuts, die cuts, that as a hole punch that we will probably turn these scraps into. That way, it's a continuous, helpful piece. So, let me go get my glues, because it's been cold enough so that I don't leave them outside in the garage. So give me one moment, and I'll be right back. I think, to a point, I'm back. Probably don't even have to tell you guys I'm getting my glue. I always pause it and come back now that I know how to do that, right? At first used to be I would run into the garage, I'd run into the house and grab my stuff and come back and you'd have, dead air. And then I realized, well, duh, I can pause the video. But that's okay. So we want this to fit potentially in here. So I don't want to get the outer pages too big, outer rim too big. So yeah, I do have a little bit of room to go outside of it. Okay. So I want to make sure I didn't want to, so far this is my silly little decorative paper clip we were talking about to help keep this, from being flappy. And it also helps keep that dividing part in place. Now, when you get it, you can decide that this divider you may want to leave on the outside, or you're going to keep it inside like I had it tucked. Totally up to you. But anyway, yeah. So grab some fun stuff and put that together. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we had room for that. So I can just barely frame it. Nice clean cut. And allow a nice little border that will ink, and then, give me some extra room too to decorate. So we're gonna go here. There we go. Get my little cutter out. Hope you're all doing very well. So this will be probably Happy Monday. Hopefully you are having a great week. This would actually be St. Patrick's Day even. Not enough green. I mean, there's some green in my thing. There is some green in these papers today, but it would definitely not be a St. Patrick's Day project. That's okay. Oh well, I didn't think about that until just now. When you're just trying to get stuff done, sometimes you don't get the pleasure of working out the bugs and go, oh yeah, that would be fun. Wouldn't that be great? So we're finally getting a break in the weather. It's supposed to be low to mid 60s, maybe a low 40 in the morning, and no rain. But I think Monday is supposed to be, well, I can't say that. Today is a Monday, and there's actually chances of sprinkles and sprinkles and overcast and all that all day, so I don't know. Never mind. But then the rest of the week is like, I think the only other day is Thursday, and then, you know, next weekend is potential of low to mid 70s. So we may actually see spring arrive with some rain and then some nice weather. So gotta cross my fingers, because the following week we want to have really nice weather into my birthday. So maybe we could actually hang outside and not be all stuck inside the house. It's like, oh my goodness. It'd be nice to be able to be out on the deck. I'm hoping to maybe, at least make enough of room on the deck. Maybe we could sit out there and enjoy what's turning green, right? Now, what I'm trying to decide is, because I'm covering this, I don't know whether to see the black stuff, which would give us another, maybe it was a dimension, or do I leave it black on the back so it's sort of fun to ride over? There's all these little, little bits of, probably bits of something still attached, and it's very clean on the back. So I feel like I go clean, or you ride over that, or no, but I think there's even, you can even feel like there's some, like it's the grains, the coffee grains or something that are still in the paper, so that's sort of cool. So actually we'll do it that way. Okay. Not messing with it. Oh, parts me for a second wants to put lace under the top there. Ah! I just thought before I glued it down, if I can find any is the problem. I need to find a scrap of lace, which I think I'm finally using up a good chunk of my lace. Like, well, I thought, well, maybe like a little scrappy of lace underneath, even at an angle, just a little something underneath it. Really wouldn't get in the way. Sticking out. Because I'm going to have stuff layered down below. Because this lace, I have it somewhere, but I don't think I have scraps of it anywhere. It's one of the laces that we own that we had a lot of at one point. I'm trying to think where I have it wrapped. And I could use this one, cut it in half so I'm not really using all of it across the top. Even bunch it up a little bit. I feel like I just want a piece of something sticking out. Of course, now I'm going to go on that tangent, and it's gonna throw me off time-wise. See, but if I was doing this on the camera, oh, there we go. If I was doing it the other way, I wouldn't have done it at all. So, aha, no, yes, sort of. There it is. There it is, nice and small. Oh, this is the actual one that's blown up, but trying to see. It really just something pretty on the top. It's not that I'm trying to do anything major. Just I thought because we had sort of that lace there, it'd be sort of pretty if I could put a little over the top. Now I'm going to cut off what's down below that doesn't stay glued. I'm not keeping all of this underneath it because it will make it hard to write on. I just wanted to be able to scrunch up and sort of play with a little bit of this. But yeah, no, St. Patrick's Day today. We've got, oh, what's the word? First day of spring. I think it's Thursday. Some years it's 21st. Sometimes it's the 20th. Somewhere in between. Sometimes it could be like 9, 10 o'clock the night of the 20th. I don't know. It's the spring equinox and all those jazzy things are just all over the board. But there we go. Okay, sorry. Had a thought. See, that's the only downside is I'm not using fabric tack at the moment. But I want it in place so that I can glue everything. I don't care how bunched up it is, except for underneath the card itself, but yeah, let's do that. Hold. But yeah, wait, let's see. We have first day of spring, and St. Patrick's Day, and all kinds of fun stuff. Busy little week. Not too shabby on the rest of it. Poor daughter came down with a head cold over the weekend. With the weather, and I mean, everyone. I think a number of her colleagues were sick a week or two prior, and which was sort of weird because some of them had come down sick, and she had made it to work, but they had said nope, we can't come in, and then they all went onto a convention, so she got to stay home because she's just an intern, so she really doesn't get to go. She can't really go out to those things because she has school and stuff. So then she came back and did okay, but I'm wondering if someone was still sick or something. I mean, they share a few of the computers, so it happens, you know. It's bound to happen, right? Especially when we do have a lot of kids coming and going in the program, so I shouldn't call them kids, but they're kids to me. I'm like, they're not really kids. Well, some of them are 18, 19 like her, and others are, just barely 30, and it's like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm loving that, because it actually sort of feels like an extension. So I'm actually really keen on that. I really like that. There we go. Okay, and it bunched up interestingly, and I'm actually so happy. It's still a pretty thin journal card, but we're putting it in a pocket that we don't want it too bulky, but I'm going to add some layers, so that might help. So let's do a little fussy cutting today. Anyway, poor thing. So she ended up having a small head cold over the weekend, and so she's weathering it. But yeah, she's still debating about today, because she's like, I warned him I wasn't feeling great, that probably shouldn't keep coming in, and they shouldn't keep sharing germs. Oh, that new environment, she's been really good, and I'm gonna cut this a little, not wonky, but just pick and choose what I want to fussy cut. Yeah, it's one of those lovely things that you don't have enough of something in a kit or paper. Fussy cut out what you do want, and then die cut and hole punch and circle punch and like the rest, so that you're not really wasting any of it. I'm hoping that there's enough here to do one of my favorite and get one of my favorite cuts in there, especially with it being piano music paper. And there might be just enough, if I can go find it, to do a couple 1-inch punches for dangles and whatnot. Because that actually would be really... Sorry, hold on guys, one sec. Really nice to actually add to this section would be a dangle or two. So let's see, I can do it. Let's see where I do the 1-inch and see what I can do. Just barely. Ooh, there we go. Just barely. But see, then I'm not really wasting any paper. I mean, there's still scraps in here and stuff. I could really, be anal retentive with it and really keep every little piece. Because there's times where, yes, even just this can be collaged in to a cluster, and it works really well. So things like this end up in my stack up here. So when I'm really just going old school or I'm going eclectic, I have a jar up here. See? I mean, I've got bits and pieces, scraps, lace now, butterflies. So I'm rubbing it off, but I have all kinds of things in here. I have scraps of stuff in here. Because even these cute little things, that's how I sort of got, parts of that one ordeal. But I have to, when I'm doing things sort of eclectic and whatnot, I can come in here, which this needs to come out actually at this point. This is getting a little heavy. I'm like, it was for fall, and I don't really have that much anymore. But like, I got that from somebody, and so I get to I just have this cluster of stuff, glitter and all, I see. And bows that I found, they were on something else. We were something me and the kids got a hold of. So anyway, this is my little let's put something together. I've got a thought. I'm like, oh, I have a thought. Nothing new, right? We've got this scrappy going. So yeah, I love just grabbing things. And see, like, here's a purple one. I didn't even know I made that one. And it might go in this actually, I might actually go in here. So we're gonna start putting some of my dangles in here. Well, they're actually not mine. Well, they are and they aren't. It's so funny. I was doing small things, and Lauren over at Vintage Paper Girl was making the dangles. She was finding cute little things within my papers, and she was cutting out circles, and she's like, is there any chance you could make the circles like at 1 inch so that I can make these perfect dangles? And she of course has enhanced it since then. She has gone up and above and has taken them to a whole nother level, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and a number of you have bought them from our shop, when she's gotten them double-sided and layered up, and she's done some really pretty things. I keep it pretty simple when I do them. But, she started asking for me to start putting them in my kits. So and she showed you guys how to do them, you know. So there's this where I can put anywhere. I can either put it back in here, I can put it somewhere else, but this is a nice, you know, piece that I think I just add to my things over here. I know I have a few in the other kit too. And we'll do one out of this too. So we'll, but yeah, so you know, you make them and they're great, and you can do lots with them. They're, you know, if you've got the capabilities, but she started asking me to put them in the digital kits. These beautiful 1-inch ordeals. And then, so since the store's opened, she's done really pretty advanced ones. She's done the multi-layered, gorgeous ones that are her design. And then I have sold these guys, you know, this kind of concept in sets of florals, ladies. I have florals with Victorian ladies out right now in the shop. Things like that. So they are really great to add to things. I think I have them. I think I have them in the other journal that we're working on right now. I think in the summer one, we have them in there right now. I think I have one in the summer. But I was wondering if, like, we add some color to it by, you know, tacking lace in front and behind it. Because I don't have anything on this one. So this is something more of a background, right? This becomes the background to the dangle. And I have some blue sections, so I'm wondering, we've got to start enhancing our edges. Now that one's sort of weirdly cut, and I'm really got potential. I just got to figure out the best way I want to do this without it coming apart every time we do anything, right? All right. So I've gotten sidetracked, but that's what happens when we're working with scraps, and we are deciding, you know, how to put them to good use. Okay. So I got something like this, and then if I want to add a charm to it or something later, floral something, maybe. We'll see. Don't know if it's exactly what I was hoping for, but not really, huh? Pretty, but I should have decored it. I didn't think about that. Just put it up there, and I was like, well, I don't always have the best knack for this. I think sometimes I'm on it, and other times I'm like, that needs some work. Doesn't mean I couldn't put a layer on over the top of the acrylic. I just don't know if it would stay. So anyway, we have a potential something. I don't know yet. Okay, sorry, totally sidetracked there. Can't help myself, right? Okay, so I know I want this, but I believe I want to work this in. And this one, if I want it to match like that, I should probably deco cut the one side. Oh, this is just a day of ephemera, and just a day of taking itty bitty pieces and keeping the mojo going. Gotta keep working the system, the elements. And I guess I didn't even plan on doing this today, but I thought, what the heck? Why not give it a shot? And why, if I'm gonna spend all that time, probably the same amount of time, getting 2 videos done, 2 shorts that are like 60 seconds, which I did notice YouTube is not letting us do 3 minutes, but you have to, it won't allow us to do music over a 3 minute, so I'm not sure how that works, because if you did like an ASMR or whatever it is, so thinking about that, I was thinking about adding a layer behind that, right, so taking the pieces from the page and putting them together. As one, it's, you know, too big, but if we sort of cut them down and bring them together, then we have the potential of layers. That is very straight across the bottom. Oh well. I'm like, that's the one thing I didn't catch. Alright, we do that. Wait, that is 2, I think, so there we go. We go do that. And then words. Medieval vintage roses. I have roses in that one. Lady, super, lady maybe, or Victorian, Ballroom Majestic, all kinds of words here. These are not in the shop. I have a variation of these in the shop. This was our first we were playing with these, and we get it with this really dusty, mauve-y, light color, you know, pink. So So these are just whatever because I don't waste anything if I can help it. I just kept them and thought, okay, well, I'll play with them later. This is what it was, the beginning stages of the pretty pink and blue. What is it? Oh my goodness. I just put them out. Lorette asked for them. Are they the fashion royal? I don't know. Victorian, it's a combination of. It's like, it's royalty fashion, rococo. Oh, it's a pink and blue rococo fashion Victorian word kit that you guys can get from us. And it's, you know, in the shop. And so we were trying to figure out what pinks to use. We were testing out things I had and my backgrounds because I do these, you know, these words all the time. And I have them in a different set too. I think I have a. So anyway, we were working on it, and I'm actually going to tab with this purple, or what is this, pink? No, what is this? Is this the? It says milled. Okay. I'm like, either that or I was using it. I'm like, God, it's actually darker than I expected. That's alright. We have purple, which has been my thing this day, as you can see with the fingernails. My birthday month, so I am just jonesing for purple right now. Really badly. Which is sort of weird. I mean, I've always loved purple. Always loved purple. But I didn't know, you know, you don't really get, you get an adult and you're yourself, but once you move in and you marry, you can't quite do that. I mean, I guess I could. I could have been like, no, we're putting purple in everything, but my husband would kill me. But he loved orange, and I'm like, well, we're not doing everything orange either. So for the longest time, it was, our anniversary, our wedding colors were burgundy. Like a wine burgundy color. And then, you know, we did that with browns and burgundies, and our bedroom actually found a comforter that actually had a dark harvest orange in it. So my aunt even made us a beautiful chenille harvest orange Afghan. And so we found ways to accent things. You know, but the red and burgundy became our main color. It was like the compromise, right? It wasn't a girly purple, but it wasn't, you know, orange everything. So I'm thinking, now I can either put this up here and do my glitter thing around it. So we see the word charm and glitter on top, and this is all tucked in. Yeah, I like that idea. Gotta get some stuff up here. I always have a tendency of decorating down below, and then, you know, you have no clue. Now, I want to say this is not, why do I think this was sticker paper? Oh, no, it's just print on the back. Okay. I thought, like, oh, isn't this? I thought it was sticker paper. Which I normally won't do that, especially when I'm doing a test run, but I think I put it on the back of something, so I didn't have to worry about it. I'm like, nope, it's on the back of the piece of paper, so I didn't have to waste something in case this color did not come out the way we wanted. But it is pretty. I do like it, though. More than I expected. Okay, so look, we're decorating. We're decorating! Yes, and there is ink back here to help enhance the coffee dye that already exists. And then we're going to do a little messiness. I love the white splotches, and I know they're white, but I think I'm going to, we're going to plop some dots where there's white, and we're actually going to cover it in green. I found a pretty green, I'm hoping, gosh, right in here I'm doing this, and it may be a very terrible green. I'm hoping it's not too, what's the word, neon-y, whatever, but I don't have stickles, so I, old school, use the glitter glue as it was originally intended, right? And I plop the glitter, the glue down in a somewhat writing capability. I don't just sort of draw with it or pat it. And then if you have a somewhat soft brush, you can use the brush to go in between to try to pick up, brush off the loose glitter. It doesn't always come off where you need to, or brush it into little crevices. Like, okay, if I saw glitter, but I saw glue that I haven't covered yet, I will use that. But I definitely see, whoops, we have spots I forgot I even tapped. But I always try to dump it in a direction that I know there may be glue. so that I can sweep. Whoops, I totally missed that. Sweep right past it. And at this point, if it, misses and I just don't catch it with glitter, I guess I don't need it, right? But you don't want to sweep too far over you don't want to swoosh across the actual, where there's glue, because it's not dry. So you don't want to smear it for the most part. And then I have all that. No. So that's not bad. Oh. I like that. Actually, it's a little bit more than I was hoping for, but not bad either. There might be glitter in my things. I'm actually just using the brush to even try to get some more glitter in spots I missed. So, there we go. Ta-da! So, oh, yeah. What do you want to call the poor man's stickle? You use your glitter glue, and you use, this is easily probably Dollar Tree glitter, where you get 3 or 4 packets of color, 6 packets of color per thing. And a couple years ago, my mom was great, and she bought me like every color packet she could find. So I have like 24 colors up there that I use all the time. Okay, so there's that. So I'm gonna clean this up really quickly, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's all cleaned up. Yeah, after the holidays and all the glitter mesh and snow mesh, glitter mesh tool, all the stuff that we had, you wouldn't think I wanted anything to do with glitter. I'm barely getting over that. All right, so yeah, it's a little not as solid as like it helps down here where there's more layers. Definitely, it's a little light, but we don't want it too wide anyway. We don't want it too thick to go in here. So it's our pull out, right? We flip open or you pull it out, and that's why we have the tabs. And we have this little guy just go in here, fits beautifully. And a little bit sticks out. So the cool part is it's something that isn't sort of single-sided. So we actually see a little lace or a little something up here, and that's lovely. Okay, so downside is I don't want to leave it there because it's still not perfectly dry. We're going to work on an inside page, and so I want to be able to do that and not squish, of course, our deal. Now, this was, like I was saying, we did these 8 pages that we turned into sort of 2 sections. Covered, journal, flip open, tuck, paper clipped in our open up and flip out, which then had a more writing space behind it and a little mini divider writing space there. And then we have a double pocket and tack here with a large pocket here, and then this is going to be a flip open to write on, right? So that is what that is, and I still haven't got to this half. There's a lot in here I haven't got to, but coffee dyed, and then we have the continuous 2 continuous pockets back here. All right, plenty to do. We can only do so much, and you guys will only watch so much. So we have to do it in sections so that hopefully the new and old will come back and look at it. But I thought we would do this real quick. This was the other page, the other piece that I wanted to get into place, and so I took this page in one of my journal kits. I think I sell this page, or was selling this page in a paper and bag kit, but I don't have those in this stock right now. I have to make some more. So when I cut it, decal it, it's going to be a gorgeous sort of semi-cover to this section of lovely interactive things, right? So we go from coffee dye to this to that. So I wanted to not just put a piece of paper down, but I wanted to do a little bit of decor. And this here is going to be great to do like we just did, put it on cardstock, whatever, cut it in half, make some journal cards out of it. Because I think we have some possibilities. I could cut it down, cut this out, and put it on something, start layering, right? So this, I see potential in this pretty quickly, and I'm stoked about that, where it'll get put somewhere else, either in here or whatnot, that sort of brings our continuous page feels along the way. So I did cut down one side. Now if once I decal it all the way around, it's definitely going to fit smaller inside of this, and that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think we're going to decorate it here, and then I'm just going to glue it down, I think. I don't know. I think it'd be easier to decorate it to a point here, and then just glue the whole thing down. I'm hoping. I don't know if I want to try to decorate it. But see, there's another one. I mean, that's fussy cut, journal card. I mean, we have some spots, but this might be a perfect little... Ooh, that next section has a side tuck. So this could be decorated cutely and put inside that side tuck. Let me see. Yeah, it fits. So yeah, if I trim it down. Oh, I love when I see potential in something. I cut it or look at the shape and go, that looks really cool. That would fly. And it just goes. It just happens, right? It just comes together. Let's see. Now, this doesn't look very straight when I was cutting it earlier, which I'm a little bummed. So we're going to go off what I have and hope that goes to the edge the best I can. There we go. Eek. There we go. All right. Inking and everything else. But yes, another week and $1. Things are going well. Busy weekend. Well, not yeah. Busy sales weekend, which is great. So I had to get caught up on that. It's part of my Sunday, along with, I said, working on videos and getting my happy punter done for the week, because I gotta stay on top of my organization. Getting filming done, and then quite a few orders. Thank you very much for all that. Those who watch over at Vintage Paper Girl, you saw her pretty flip-flop creation that was sold. Thank you. And then she was working on the new tall, sort of skinny ring journal that is turning out gorgeous. I got to see it in person. I'm like, oh, you guys are gonna love it. So that was cool. But she had, I don't even know if she mentioned it or not. That was a fun thing. But we did put new documents from a fashion magazine that she had from Paris that she got. She makes copies of them and puts them on parchment paper for you guys to use in your journals. And she made just a few sets, and they sold pretty quickly. So thank you all that watched her and me both. Really appreciate that. Went really well. So this one, I don't know whether to go here and leave that alone. I'm trying to decide if I want to put any of the leaf in there. Let's do it that way, maybe. Yeah. Then that way I could fussy cut this leaf out in this corner and utilize it. So we have some decorating, because I have a lot of journal cards and tags to make. Oh my goodness, do I have a lot. I have quite a bit I have to do. Now let's see. I don't think there was anything left to make a 1 inch. I think I can make one smaller. I may have one more smaller hole, but at that point, there's a point you have to let it go. You have to just let it go. It's a scrap, I know, but oh, do we really need to keep the scrap? No, we don't. And I can't help myself though. Hold on. I really can't. And I need to learn to use it more often is the thing. I'll make the scraps. I'll make the circles. I'll make this and that, and then I don't do anything with them. I'm like, girl, pretty soon I'm going to give away a really cool weird set of weird scraps one of these days. Ay. Alright, hold on. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, it's a really old hole punch. I don't even know who the company is. Really old. It came from a friend of mine who was in something she had. Okay, but these little circles are great. I think that if I remember to use them, I'll put them in my thing up there. You ink them, and you could layer, like, for contrast, write in them if you have good writing. You can write it, put a number in them, things like that. So I'll put them up there where I can see it. But these are pretty. I love this cut. You can use them as labels. You can, layer. You could layer a simpler if you have one of my more just simple 1 inch words. And that's an idea. We can put a 1 inch word in there, and that doesn't really have a lot of design to it. Here we go. Hold on. I have it. That happens to be purple. We can ink that up. Ink them up, layer it, put a little lace between the two. Makes great clusters. And that other one, I think, is that a recollection? No, it's not. It was an Amazon find. It was an Amazon find. I went really terrible. I wanted corner page punches, which, found one. And we've had some luck, you've seen me. We did it with one of the pieces in the summer floral book. One of my pockets has the corners done, but this one became just pretty. And I've even known to flip this and make it, you can reverse it or even want to make it sort of like a whale tail type feel tab. I mean, it's not exact, of course, but it has the same concept. Okay, so I know I wanted something on the front of this. I wasn't sure what we were going to use, so I sort of like that's pulling some purple. I'm really happy with that. I wanted to use some of this sort of torn in the corner just for some textural, but I don't want to cover up the purple. So I either got to do top or bottom, or both. I don't know where this came. I mean, I got it as a chunk of Oh good, it does tear. Woohoo! I think it's still a little too big though. I got it as a chunk, or as a section of textured papers. I wasn't sure what I was doing. I've put them in, I have put them in, it's backwards though, isn't that a bummer? I was like, well, shoot, I wanted it the other way. I just wanted something different, something fun on this. This wasn't the same old thing. That works, and I can just sort of trim off the edges. Bring this down just a little. There we go. We can glue that down, glue that on. I can add gold puff paint and glitter. Oh, well, I'm having fun with this, ladies and gentlemen. At least there's that much with it, right? We're having fun with it. Now, this is pretty, but I did some gold stuff on this one, and it just never, yeah, no. It needs to be revamped. I either need to clean it off completely, which I think nowadays it's pretty much on there. It's one of my test runs. I was like, I need to do some more wax seals. I have some pretty ones. That was a fun ordeal not too long ago. Okay, so this is that. Now this may not need to be trimmed. I may be able to overlap it and put it right on the paper and not stress over it. So we have that. We have this. We need, what else do we need? I may put some, like I said, gold on top of the texture. What else can we decorate that with? I'm liking it. I feel it needs a little more. Don't want to go too crazy though, because it is an inside page, so you know it's not like we have a lot. But we could do even if I cut them, whether I put a single rose piece, rose and lace down below, like I put them in the two corners where we could add some. I could even go all the way across if I really wanted to. I don't have much of this left, so I'm like a little hesitant, but oh, what I do have though, it is a different green, but I also have this ow, apparently that was undone. I have, what is the word? I did not put this on Do Not Disturb. Whoops. Well, hopefully it'll hold. I have this dangled, which I could do just a corner of it and hang it from here. So we have layer. It is more of a gray based teal or mint than the green that's here. And that is bugging me a little bit. It's not green enough. It's very dusty. It's not really sage. It's like a dusty mint. It's really pretty. I call it sage, but I absolutely love it. We had it in the shop for a while when we first started, but it was very popular, so it definitely sold out. I was like, it definitely sold out, and I believe the green in this green is, well, this green's better. It's closer. I just didn't know there was anything I could cut out to sort of like add another layer to it. Just a little something. I feel like it needs something, but maybe that's just the wrong, I'm using the wrong medium. I need to do something like this where this is the green. And if that's the case, I feel like a section of one or double up here would be great. We'll leave that corner maybe alone. We'll put something down here on the end once I glue it down. And let's see if there's anything else. I do have some brighter mint that might work somewhere. Okay, maybe. We're getting there. I don't want to go too much longer because I know time flies by really fast. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Probably. Yep, 40 minutes. And I might have been out of camera this whole time. Oh no. Well, wouldn't that be rude? I'm sorry, guys. At least I haven't done too much. Well, that would just be my day. My phone looks so dark. Oh, gosh, I hope not. Hopefully I don't have to tone this. Alright. But I did see some texture here, so I thought, well, we could put some bling here. We could put a little bit of lacy something. Piece of trim off some lace that's got some texture to it. It's a little heavy though for what we've got going. And I feel like this needs one more thing, but exactly what, I don't know. I mean, we have hundreds of scraps and pieces. Oh my. Book page, I guess. It wouldn't be the funny. We're covering up a book page, and yet we're going to put book page on it. Which, you know, let's see, because that's just mesh. So that's not so bad. Oops. Just grabbing what I'm finding at the moment and seeing what comes of it. Because sometimes you just can't, more of the same color. I'm like, just trying to see if there's any real scrappy, whatever concoction, if there's something the way to layer this one that makes sense, right? This is the ins and outs and workings. I do like that better. I feel like something needs to go behind the clip. I have so many scraps over here, guys. Oh my gosh. But it's paper, and I'm thinking it needs to be something lighter than that. Lacy, not lacy. Maybe. What is this gonna be? We angled just right. Trim it here. I know there's really nothing going on up here, but if I do this one and add the rhinestones, do that up there. I feel like all three, you have to have them clustered, and yes, that's a 3, so something needs to go up there, but I don't know what right now. I could just dangle something, or just glue it down. Well, I already put a hole in it. I'm like, it could just, it's in that corner of the paper, so we don't know if it would stay like where it needs to on its own accord. I mean, I could glue it down. I think we're trying to add too much purple to it, really. I do have gold. We don't use much gold in this one. I'm trying to see if I had a little something where I could just, actually I do. I even have that. If I want to just use the not so glittery part, but I think I see something here that I can use carefully, because everything is wired. These are everything is sort of strung together, so once you cut it, it could fall apart, so I gotta be really careful. I could do something like that in the corner. Do gold here. Yeah, that might work. I think it's a lot brighter here than I expected. So it is this is definitely more muted, and so it's not as light as I was expecting. And I don't think I'm gonna have that's, you know, then it just sort of takes over the. You can't see what's underneath it, so unless it's just the wrong word. Right word, maybe the wrong size, right? Wrong something. Is it too much? Is it too little? Is it, right? Gorgeous, beautiful. Go more like that, where it's not so. I'm going to trim something off, lay it over. I think it's the word. I just think it's too bright for the muted that's there. Guys, I have so many words. Oh my goodness. I'm looking for ones that are not. Oh, I got the word vintage, but then that is definitely no color. We're putting one on top of the other on that one. I like the word art, though. Hold on. Ah! So, like that one got cut too short. Vintage inspired. Well, I'm hemming and hawing now, which was not the intention of the day at all. Oh, no. Alright, I have the word roses, but that's up the wrong. Cocoa. Yeah, things are front and back. And so I'd be careful because some of them were mishaps. And I didn't like them, so but I cut them because I. That one's smaller, majestic. I love the word gorgeous. And I think it'd be great on another page, just not this one. That might actually even go in the other kit, the other book that we're working on. Sad part is I feel like this is going to become very neutral very quick in the front. Each corner is going to be sort of neutral then. And it's just the flowers that are going to stick out, so. And it's fine too. If I put this behind it, we definitely have cream on cream on cream. It's cream on beige on cream in here. But it is on top of the green floral. Sorry guys, I don't know what to do here. I'm just trying to see if I can make something of this here. There we go. I use the shears to sort of give us a not so straight cut on the edges. Alright, let's just start gluing stuff down because I'm just doing the what ifs, and that's never fun. Oh, I didn't have this upside down. Well, how rude. Alright. Well, it's like while I was waiting, I could do something else, but there's not much else to do. I guess we'll put this together. I guess we'll do this one. Because I'm having to wait for it to do the airball. But yeah, I made the mistake of buying way more Fabri-Tac than I need. When I refill this big bottle down to this 4-ounce bottle, I was like, oh, I'll be out soon, so I need to add more. So I found a 2-pack. I was all stoked. Then the other day, I was ordering stuff for the shop, and I was like, oh yeah, I better get more Fabri-Tac. I'm talking to my mom, and I'm looking at the spot where I would normally have my Fabri-Tac stored, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I need to get more. I get the new bottle. I go to put it somewhere. I go to put it up somewhere, and I haven't looked down where my Mod Podge is, and there's the first original 2 bottles of Fabri-Tac. And I'm like, oh, huh. So I better get going. I better start using my Fabri-Tac. Because I now have more than enough. Oh my gosh, I hope it doesn't go bad. Or if I have an obscene amount, maybe I'll put it in the shop if someone wants it. I don't know. But, I did not mean to have that much in stock. So I don't go through that fast. I don't get to, when I get to craft, yes, I do go through it because, yeah, we use fabrics and we use all this stuff all the time. But, I was just like, oh, you dork. That's what happens when you put something in a new spot. You forget that you've had it in a new spot. Because you only have about one extra bottle at a time of Fabri-Tac. I have one in and I have one off to the side. Alright, the half bottle, right? I filled it up and, to keep this bottle full, keep a bottle full. And so I am overlapping just a little bit so that there is some overcut, and we'll see how it lays on the page, and that'll determine how much I trim off. Trying to decide, do I, I don't know. Maybe I should have done these as shorts. But then I'd have to make those decisions, and you do them on the fly, and sometimes it works out really well, and you're just like, oh, that came out really cool, and other times you're like, well, that was interesting, I have to fix that one. And you just can't get sometimes all this detail in a short. Even if I do with a time lapse, I can only get so much done, and you really can. You get the basics done, and you try to do what you can with it, and you speed it up, and put it in the algorithm so it'll work. But let's see which way. I don't know how much I really want to put on there. I didn't think about that. Let's see. Let's do this. I'm probably off camera again, aren't I, guys? I'm so sorry. Though I am going to take one of these off. I want a little bit more of a gap. Put that elsewhere. I did not go up as high as the glue, but that's okay. Let's go up. I'll wipe it off a little bit. Blend it in. Let it do its thing. Put that in the corner. We have some glue up there. I do have some gold glitter glue, but not glitter glue, but just gold, which is starting to go. Finally, I don't know. I think it's finally going. I think it's finally going. I don't know. They were my daughter. She's like, oh, I don't need them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'll take those. Yes. Because, yeah. Oh, I'm not using it anymore. And I'm like, no. There it is. Alright, well we have this spot that's very, I like enhancing things that are, you know, within the picture that's, you know, already works. Why not, right? Maybe a little bit over here. Just little lines, because it is on the edge of it, but do sort of just lines on that one. A little bit there. It's a very light enhancement this time. Not a big one. And if I wanted, I can either put that green one in the middle of the gold. Whoops. Or, let's see. I might just bring it up here and do it. And then I'll probably have to let you guys go, because it is getting on, isn't it? Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. I hope you have, or having a wonderful Monday. I mean, it's an afternoon edition, so as you're coming down off your St. Patrick's Day events, you get to get some crafting done. We've got a little green in. Great. Wouldn't that be fun? Get your green on. Get your St. Patrick's Day on. It's always fun. I might remind the kids to make sure they wear their green today, you know. I don't know if they really, get into older years, the whole pinching thing sort of disappears, thank God. But you never know. One's in junior high, so yeah, that might still be, it might be the boys' way of getting your attention. No, don't pinch me, go away. No, come on, we're getting past that point. Alright, so let's see if we can get this glued in real quick for you guys. Without smudging anything, right? Oh, the word shine. Yeah, that's been cute too. Alright. Let's see. So I definitely, well, it does help me keep it off that corner. But we're going to trim it just a smidge. It is a little busy and it's getting in the way of trying to, you know, bend anything. So we're just going to take a little bit of it off. I'm not doing much. I'm not cleanly doing it. I'm sort of trying to messily do it. Alright, so we're going to let it overlap over here. Definitely. That is cleaning up nicely there. So, I have a little bit of glue here that is seeping out. Though it does get a little bunchy. We'll use it in the corner here, but it won't be really necessary per se. Still enjoying the glue stick effect here for majority of this. At least to start with. Especially on the edges, where we think we can, edges to middle that we can do. Well, I will be, at least I now know that this section of our newest thing is done. Which I'm stoked. I just now get into the second section. And coffee dyed and all kinds of other fun stuff. There's still plenty to do in this book. This is definitely an ongoing project for some time. Oh my goodness. Though, I mean, we're coming to the end of the sections in a way. Where I only have a few more. Oh, I did go across that glitter. Whoops. I only have a few more a few more sections to try to do something with, whether it be coffee dyed or interactive. But then I just have to fulfill all those interactive pages. I have to get all the things done. So next time I come across something fun and get another inspiration, I will have to bring you along and let you know how things are going. But I will definitely try to make the effort to get some pages actually finished so I can maybe do some photos and show and get them up on Instagram. That's definitely a good place to show for posts and stuff. Instagram. It does copy over to my personal page in Facebook, for Instagram and Facebook became one, and they goofed up my accounts. So it doesn't go to my Jill Design page. It goes to my Jolene Burt page, but that's okay. People then, my family and friends, get to know what I'm doing too, right? They get to see my crafty moments when I get it up on Instagram. So, appreciate you all joining me. Liking, loving, commenting, subscribing, hitting the notification and the bells and all that so that you know what's going on. But there we go. We have this section of interactive pages now having a little semi-journal cover ready to go. Just, you know, we took the page, enhanced it a little bit, gave it some clustering and texture. That leads us into a writing page, which doesn't interfere. We've got our pretty little hidden tuck. We have our paper clip that's holding in our flip out to write. You open and flip out, and that will have our new journal card in it, right? Part of all of that. Then you have more writing, Whether you use it as a tab to divide the sections or whether you tuck it in, totally will be up to you. But you'll have your pretty little paper clip to keep it all intact. And like I said here, I think we cut this and I could decorate this. It may be our first really fun piece that gets tucked in to this lovely continuous on a horizontal stage, and then later continuous on a vertical stage pockets. So same paper and a continuous look, it may be involved. So yay. Well, thank you all very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Love you all very much, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye-bye.